Good evening. I'd like to call to order the City of Beavercreek Department of Parks, Recreation, and Culture Board meeting for October 8th, 2019. Jackie, could you do the roll call, please?
Sure. Mrs. Meyer?
Here.
Mrs. Fulcher?
Here.
Mrs. Heaton?
Here.
Mr. Tips?
Here.
Mr. Corbett is not with us this evening.
And you have the agenda in front of you. If I have a motion for approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
The agenda is approved. And you also have the minutes from the September 10th meeting, if you want to take a quick look at those. Although I know Jackie sent them out, so maybe you've read them ahead. And then when you're ready, I'll take a motion for that.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And the minutes are approved. So now we're ready for our division report.
Good evening. Oh boy. Okay. Our October benefit of Parks, Recreation, and Culture is that quality parks and recreation are cited as one of the top reasons that businesses cite in relocation decisions. And we've got a nice fall photo there. It's actually from Nutter Park a couple of years ago. Moving straight into events that we've had going on this fall, even though September felt like summer. Over at the Senior Center, we have been doing cookouts and picnics like crazy. And luckily we had great weather to continue doing that through September. So we had a picnic at the pond, and this was over at the Schellerbarger's property. So thank you to the Schellerbarger family. Over on September 5th, there were 57 people that came out to the picnic at the pond, and Harbor Chase was our sponsor. So they helped us out with the food, and thank you to them. We had fishing, people playing cards, cornhole, roasting marshmallows, and even a campfire sing-along. So it was a great time, and I included a few photos of some of our attendees fishing and even caught a couple of fish while they were out there. And we also had an end of the summer picnic on September 25th. This was over at Dominic Lafino Park. We had about 60 people there, so people were definitely excited to get out and about. And I want to thank Day Springs for providing the food. They grilled out hot dogs and hamburgers, and it was delicious. There was even potato salad, beans, chips, the whole thing. And we had a wonderful time out there as well. Moving over to upcoming programs, if you want to check your calendars for this Friday, just a few days from now, we have our annual health fair. This is one of the biggest events that we do every year. It's open to the public, not just Senior Center members. It's free for anyone to attend, so grab a friend or a neighbor or family member. And I want to thank the Beavercreek Professional Firefighters. They co-sponsor this with us. In addition to co-sponsoring it, they also provide a lot of the labor. It's a lot of setting up and tearing down tables and chairs and all of that all through the center. So that's always a big help when you have a whole bunch of firefighters coming to help you set up for an event. It goes a lot faster. So that is 9 to noon on Friday. We will have vendors set up, health screenings, flu shots, and more. Lots of goodies, usually candy, all that kind of stuff. One of our most popular trips of the year is the Snooty Fox trip. Now, if you've not heard of Snooty Fox, I hadn't until I became familiar with the Senior Center going to the Snooty Fox trip. Snooty Fox are upscale consignment shops down towards Cincinnati. And so there are 4 locations. They'll visit all 4 during the day, and you'll just shop your hearts out, buy whatever you need, and it is the bus ride, your lunch, your snacks for the day, all included in your $35. So doesn't include the cost of whatever you buy at those stores. But that's a great trip, and they leave at 8:45 in the morning and don't get back until almost 5 o'clock. That's, of course, pending no traffic problems. So it is a full day of fun. The Halloween party is October 31st, which is a Thursday this year at noon. There's lunch and the ever famous costume party. You know, I can't wait to share some of those photos at next month's park board of some of the best costumes. It is $5 for members and $10 for non-members to attend. The big news this month, our senior center supervisor has announced his retirement. He has given almost 18 years to the city of Beavercreek and has been working in public service in some sort of recreation for about 40 years. So we are sad to see him go. We'll have an open house style reception from 1 to 3 so people can come in and visit and stay as long as they want. And a small presentation will be at 2:30 on October 25th. At the senior center. So it's sure to be a lovely time. We're sad to see Lee go, but we're very excited for him to enter his retirement. Moving over to recreation, we had our try-a-truck, which also happened the same day and time as the fire department open house. We do that on purpose so that our families can come out and hit both events at the same time. That was this past Saturday. It was from 10 to 1. Day Air Credit Union was our sponsor again this year. They have been wonderful partners to us and sponsor that as well as several other events throughout the year. And because of that sponsorship, we're able to provide an inflatable and some giveaways that we wouldn't have otherwise been able to provide. We tried something new this year. We did a sensory-friendly hour from 10 to 11. So the event's from 10 to 1, and that first hour, we asked for all our vehicles to have their engines off, have any flashing lights off, and either disable, if possible, their horns, or just discourage anybody honking the horns. So that way, anybody who didn't want to come when it was going to be extra loud with lots of honking, some of our guests and kiddos with maybe special needs or any sensory processing concerns could come and not have to worry about all of that noise and stimulation. It went off really well. This was the first year we tried that. We had a number of people come and thank us for doing that. And at 11 o'clock, it got loud again. And we also had ear protection headphones for the kids to borrow at the event this year. So that was new as well, and we had several families taking advantage of that. So next year I need to bring ear protection for myself, adult size. But it was a lot of fun. We had several new vehicles this year. We're starting to have to rethink our layout and kind of expand in the parking area to some areas that we haven't used in the past because we almost ran out of room. And it was a beautiful day. I don't have a count at this time. I'm hoping to have a count for you soon in terms of an estimate of people. We just know it was lots of people. It was a lot of fun and it was lots of people. It feels like it had to be the most that we've had. Jackie's nodding over there. She agrees. But we will try our best to get a count from our registration sheets and also from the photos that we took. Going over into some new programs. This is our Greene County Library partnership we've got going on. Our program coming up on Monday the 14th is actually Columbus Day, so some of our families and kiddos don't have school that day. They can come out to Dominic Lafino Park, and it's called Make the Rainbow. We will be enjoying some rainbow-themed stories, and we're also going to be hunting for some of our leaves and natural items that might be changing colors, or that might be all sorts of different colors, and looking for all the colors of the rainbow and doing a craft with those natural items. And then our winter program has started to morph into something bigger than our typical programs. I gave you a little teaser last month about a winter welcome at Wortinger Park. We're doing a new special event in partnership with the library on December 21st. This will be from 10 to 1 over at Wortinger Park, and you can expect a live reindeer, a visit from Santa, some cookies and cocoa thanks to the Beavercreek Kiwanis, and it is sure to be a great time. There's even going to be carolers there, so it will be a great time. We're very excited. So details are all in the works, but what started out as a small idea of let's have reindeer at the park has turned into kind of a bigger thing. This will be open for everybody, for the entire public. So that'll be a no registration required, just come on out special event. I wanted to let you know about a new class. I don't think I've mentioned this one before. It did start on Sunday, but they will still accept registration. It is stress management techniques for teenagers. This is something the Heartfulness Center, we've worked with them in the past on meditation classes. They wanted to offer this class, and that was even in the works before we had several different tragedies and natural disasters here in our community. So I thought this was especially timely and wanted to let you know that they are offering this class. It's a 4-week session. It's for teens ages 13 to 18, I believe, are welcome to register. So that's over at the Heartfulness Center on Lance Road. Coming up soon, we have our beginner archery clinic that we've been doing a couple times a year. It's on October 19th. There's 2 sessions. Right now, the morning session is full. We do have a few in the afternoon session. And we have started a waiting list for the morning. Some people have called wanting that morning session. That way, if somebody does cancel, then we can give them a call. But we'd love to get more people signed up for the afternoon session. It's going to be over at Virgolito Park. And we are excited to try out our new equipment. Candy and my other archery volunteers, Todd and Tina McNally, and I all got together a couple weeks ago and opened everything up and took an inventory of everything, and it felt like Christmas morning. All new equipment that we're excited to use. Our Veterans Day ceremony will, of course, be on Veterans Day, which is a Monday this year. We're excited to welcome Colonel Adam B. Willis as our guest speaker. As always, the public is invited. There's a limited bleacher seating available, so we recommend bringing a chair. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Erin. Now we'll have our park report.
Was that it?
No, that's what makes it exciting. Good evening. So I'm just going to kind of review some of the things that we've been finishing up over the last month or so, and then a few more things that we have to come this fall. So if you've been out to Seville Farm Estates, we did receive a new playground that was in early in the summer, but because of different projects, everything else going on, there was 2 playgrounds out at Seville all summer long. In the past couple of weeks, we were able to remove all the old structure. There was a dome climber, the old structure, swing sets. All that is now gone. And then so we spent some time and filled in all the holes, seeded, graded, and put a bunch of straw down. So if you're out at that park, it's going to be a great open field to play in. But right now, if you see straw down, please stay off the straw. We would like the grass to grow up. So by next spring, it should look great. And so there's going to be a whole lot of open space to play out there. Same thing with E.J. Nutter Park. Again, that playground was finished up earlier in the summer, but we were just able to go back out and kind of do the finishing touches. The playground's been open, but around the playground itself, we have some concrete curbing, and there were still some holes and just some things that we need to finish up. So that's all down. Holes are filled in, and again, seed, straw, graded. And again, I will ask the same thing. If you see straw down, please stay off of it, and then that way we can get the grass to grow. So, of course, some rain would also be helpful. In the evening, softball's over tonight, right? So in the evening after 5 o'clock would be perfect. If softball was still going on, I'd say after like 9 or 10. So I don't want to hurt softball. Okay, so yeah, so we're good. So we can rain all at once in the evening. I apologize for having some technical difficulties earlier. There should be some pictures there, but it just wasn't working for me. But at Merrick Park, again, we had some new playground equipment out there. And then we also had the street department come in and help with some drainage. And if you've been out there, there's like been that gully. And so if you're walking or riding your bike, you kind of had to go down. And so we fixed that up a little bit of drainage, put a catch basin in there. So we just have to do some finishing touches out there regarding the asphalt and around that bridge. And then once that's all complete, we'll go back and fix the turf and seed it, grade it. So that should be finished up before the end of the year. Over the senior center, if you recall, over the past year or so, we've been talking about purchasing a property adjacent to or kind of across the street from the senior center, depending on where you're looking at it. If you're staring at the senior center, you got Lafino Plaza, Senior Center, Community Theater, and then there was an open property across the street there. So we purchased that property, removed the home, we've been leveling it out, and we have a contractor in there now fixing up the area. There is gravel down, they're getting ready to make that a parking lot. So that'll be a great addition. It'll give us about 35 additional spaces out there, which you'll find out Friday if you attend the health fair. Additional parking is needed. And then especially as we've doing more programming at Lafino Plaza, then the theater has something going on. It's crazy in a great way out there. So this will afford us some additional parking. So you'll see those upgrades kind of finishing up over the next few weeks. Very fortunate with the weather that we're having that they're able to get on that and get it done. But curbing will be installed this week. And then next year, we were able to get a community development block grant. And so we'll put lights up in the parking lot. So that's an 80-20 grant. So really excited about that. As they put the asphalt down for the parking, they're already running the conduit for all the electric. And so we have a fantastic engineering department that thinks ahead. And so they're taking care of all that for us. So it'll be really nice. Some of the things that we have coming up, we are going to be planting 72 trees throughout our parks this fall. November is really a kind of a great time to be putting trees in. So we've got a whole bunch of different varieties going in. Each of the parks that you see up there will receive at least 5. Some of them are getting up to like 15 or 20. Wartinger Park, unfortunately, was hit pretty hard. And Spicer Heights also with a tornado. Spicer Heights, there's an Eagle Scout planting all those trees. And I think he's looking to do that in the next month or so. But then all the other parks will be getting some trees. E.J. Nutter Park, we've had to take some trees down because of ash, the emerald ash borer. So be able to put more trees back in there. So we're excited. I think there'll be about like a 4-inch caliber tree, so you'll see them, but those well beyond us will be able to really enjoy the trees, but it'll be nice. Some of the other things that we'll be finishing up this year, so we're going to get some plastic playground edging around Merrick Park, Hunters Ridge, and Walnut Grove. Again, if you've been out there, it's just kind of grass right into mulch. This playground edging will help us keep the mulch in a whole lot better. So our staff will be installing that. And then also with the parking lot at Fifth Third Gateway, again, if you've been out that way, it's mostly a gravel. There's some asphalt, but then a gravel, and the gravel part is in rough shape. So we'll be getting some more stones and just squaring that up a little bit more. Fox Run does not have a parking lot right now. But we are looking to add just kind of a small 6 lot. Again, gravel, it'll be our staff. The Tree Advisory Board is working on a tree walk out there. So they've identified about 12 trees, kind of 12 unique trees that they thought were really cool. They're getting some ID tags to put along with those trees. And then our staff will kind of work with them to build a trail. And so we're hoping that'll become kind of popular, but not overly popular. We don't want to upset the neighbors next to the park, but it'll be a really cool place to go. You can park, and that way we're not also parking in front of anybody's house in their driveway. There'll be some dedicated parking, and they can walk in there. And again, if you haven't been out to Fox Run, it's a really cool place. It's nice and shaded. You walk in there and you forget where you are. So it's fantastic. And then we're also going to clean up the trails at Overlook Reserve. There is a dedicated path, but we want to clean that up a little bit more. We've had some trees down over this past summer, just kind of blaze a little bit better trail, clear some things out, and then put some type of chips and dust or some type of gravel down, so it's a better walk. So looking forward to that also. And I just wanted to bring up too, so next Thursday and Friday, the 17th and 18th, Beavercreek Station is getting a new roof. Some of the shingles are starting to pull up, so when they work on that, the building will be shut down. You can still park at Beavercreek Station, get on Creekside Reserve. That's not going to be an issue. You just will not be able to get into the facility to use the restroom or purchase a soda or anything like that. So just something to think about. It's for 2 days, but we want to keep that area around it secure, because if you ever had a roof done, they're throwing the shingles off and everything like that, so we're just shutting the whole area down. And then again, as a heads up, now that fall is actually here and winter will be here probably tomorrow, we'll start shutting restrooms down. So as soon as the temperature starts dipping down below freezing consistently overnight, that's when we do that. And that'll probably be the first or second week of November. So some of the parks will receive a portalet, others there just won't be anything out there. So again, as you visit our parks, something to keep in mind. If you're expecting a restroom, it may not be open. So, but Beavercreek Station is year-round because that is heated. So that's always open, except for the 17th and 18th. And that's some of the projects that we have for just a few more months the rest of this year. So, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Anybody? Okay, thank you. That moves us into old business and volunteer opportunities. Aaron, you have,
December 21st,
okay,
10 to 1
at Wardenshire Park.
at Wardenshire Park.
Got it.
I don't know exactly what the roles are yet, but I will know that soon.
Okay,
I'll share more details with you as that comes available as well.
all right, good, thank you. And I don't think we have any new business. Anybody? And we don't have any unscheduled visitors. Action items, we met before, we had a work session before this meeting and came up with a couple ideas for our volunteer appreciation night. Should I give a tentative date, or should we wait on the date? Tentatively, it will be Tuesday, April 21st, and I think we'll save the details once we get them firmed up. But we're leaning more towards having a light dinner as opposed to appetizers. And other than that, then board time, Christina, do you want to start?
I just wanted to mention how wonderful the playground enhancements have been over the summer. It's been fun to go to visit the different parks in the city, and having a small child, she's had a lot of fun discovering what's been new. So thank you for identifying the needs in those parks and then moving forward.
And mine also goes along with that. I love the updates that you're doing to the trails. I have been on many of those trails, and it is so fun to go down through many of them. So I love the fact that you're thinking about that.
Dan, anything? All right, and I think with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. This meeting is adjourned. Next meeting, November 12th, 2019.